Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I got asked a question here that makes me want to nerd out for you guys just a little bit. Now the person asked, can we induce hyperplasia in humans? And the answer is complicated. As far as things that we know should be able to do it, first of all, we know that certain drugs seem to have a good chance of inducing it in humans. We know that when trenbolone has been given to various types of mammals, besides humans, we don't have human studies really on trenbolone for the most part. It does cause hyperplasia in cows, mice, rats. So presumably it might in humans also. We seem to suspect that high doses of human growth hormone will tend to do this in humans also. So what is hyperplasia? Hyperplasia is the splitting of cells into new cells, whereas in hypertrophy is the growing of a cell. So your muscles can get bigger through two different pathways there. They can get bigger by new cells forming, or they can get bigger by the existing cells growing. However, as muscle cells get bigger, there isn't an infinite size that they can reach. It becomes more and more difficult for them to grow further once they reach a certain thickness. And so you start to get diminished returns. If you can add new cells to a muscle and it has more muscle fibers than it already had, it will be easier for someone to get bigger in the long term. So that's why there's an interest in hyperplasia, for gaining maximum amount of muscle size. So what about through training? Well, we've never successfully induced hyperplasia in a human through training, but we have done it in animals. Particularly, it has been done in birds very successfully. The problem with that is the methods used on the birds are excruciatingly painful, they're unethical, and therefore you will never get an ethics board to approve it in a human being. We're talking Joseph Mengele, Auschwitz type shit. However, the closest thing that we've had is Dr. Jacob Wilson has done some weighted stretch training for people's calves. He has them do weighted stretches between sets, and he's only done one study on this, and I don't have it handy right now. I might try to find it later for the video, but if not, you guys can Google it. Dr. Jacob Wilson weighted stretches, and that should pull you up plenty of information about it, and even him discussing it. And something that he said in a podcast on this is that we don't know that this works in human. We know that the old DC training used to utilize this in addition to rest pause training. But what he has pointed out in a podcast, obviously people who are utilizing the drugs that we suspect will cause hyperplasia should probably be doing weighted stretches, particularly in the muscles that are lagging for them the most to bring those up, because we've got some evidence that those drugs will cause it. We've got some evidence that the weighted stretches will cause it, so they should probably be combining the two together. Just something that he speculated once. To answer the question, can we induce hyperplasia in humans? Maybe. It's something that we're going to need to do a lot more research on, or we're going to need further testing on both training methods using muscle biopsies, large sample groups, or we're going to need to study some of these drugs more closely at high doses in humans to see if it happens. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.